Hey there, it's Mitzi. Welcome to my channel. Today I am spinning the wheel for September. But before I do that, I'm going to talk about the books that I had chosen, or the spinner had chosen for me for August. And that was two books from my gifted shelf. And one was Love, Ruby, Lavender by Deborah Wiles. And this is a middle grade book, and it was precious. This was a 5-star read. I absolutely loved this book, and I'm not going to talk about it here because I'm going to do an August wrap up and I'll talk about it there, but I highly recommend this. So spoiler alert, I loved this book, and I'm so thankful that this one was gifted to me. And then the next one is and I think my son gave me that book. And then the next is Martha's Vineyard, Isle of Dreams by Susan Branch. And I loved this too. So thank you to Debbie, because Debbie sent this one to me, one of my subscribers. And she had sent me a note when she sent me this book and said, I want you to read this, but you need to read Fairy Tale Girl first. So this has been on my shelf for quite some time. But I did want to read as she had asked me to. She recommended reading Fairy Tale Girl first, so I found a copy of that and I read it. And then when I was spinning the wheel for August, this was my choice, and it was a great choice because I was ready to continue that story, because this is a memoir by Susan Branch, and the first one is the first part of her life, and this one just continues that. And this one, Susan Branch moves to Martha's Vineyard, and it's about her time there. I mean, I have marked this thing up. I've got all kinds of bookmarks in here because there are just beautiful pictures and quotes and things. And I said I wasn't going to talk about it, so just know I loved it. And I'll talk more about it in my wrap-up, but this was fantastic too. So I'm glad that these two books were the books that were for the spin for August. Both of them happened to be gifted books, and thank you for these books because they were fantastic. I loved both. 5-star reads. Okay, so now we're going to spin the wheel for my first choice for September, and that is always one of the books off of my gifted shelf. So let me get my laptop and we'll set that up, and then we'll spin the wheel. Okay, so I have my laptop here, and I am spinning for bookshelf number 1, which is a book off of my gifted shelf. Okay, so let's spin the wheel and let's see. And the book is Time and Again. I'm really excited about that because one of my subscribers has been chomping at the bit for me to read that. So I'm excited for the first book, which is Time and Again, and I'll grab that from my bookshelf in a moment. But now we need to spin the wheel to see what other book I'll be choosing. So hang on a second and let me pull up that wheel. Okay, so now I need to choose another book because I like to choose 2 books for the spin. And I have already chosen from my gifted shelf, which I call shelf number 1, but now I need to see what the next shelf will be. So I have a wheel with 1 through 6 on it. All right, so let's spin the wheel and see what we get. Number 6. So shelf number 6. So we're going to spin the wheel for shelf number 6. Hang on and let me pull that up. Okay, so I'm really excited about this. I couldn't remember what shelf 6 was, but shelf 6 for me is historical fiction. I have a lot of historical fiction on my shelf that I have not read, and so I'm always in the mood for historical fiction. So when I saw that that's what the category was, I'm real excited about that. Okay, so let's spin the wheel and see which historical fiction I'll be reading for September. Here we go. And there are a lot on this one. Okay, let's see. Love on the Line. So I'm going to pull the 2 books and I will come right back. Okay, so here are the books. The first book was from my gifted shelf, and that is Time and Again by Jack Finney. And Mary, one of my subscribers, she gifted me this book a while ago, and she has been like, I really want you to read that book. I think she gave me 2 different books, so I think there's another one on my shelf too. But I'm finally getting to this, Mary, so I'm very excited about it. I can't remember what this is about. She sent me a little note with it, and she told me, I'll go back and look because I kept the note. But I think it's time travel. I think that's what it's about. Mary, if you're watching, remind me in the comments. But I will be reading this one this September, and I'm really excited because this comes highly recommended. She really was like, this is a favorite. I want you to read this. So I can't wait to read this one. It's called Time and Again. And then the other book was a historical fiction from Shelf 6, and that is Love on the Line. Now, this is a Christian historical fiction. I've had this for quite some time. It has these library stickers on it because I picked this up at a library sale, and I've been meaning to get to it for a very long time. I'm thinking that I heard about this on the Christie Awards. I'm not sure. Either it was nominated or it might have won a Christie, I'm not sure, but this one comes highly recommended as well. And this is, as you can tell by the title, and that she has a telephone in her hand and she's looking out the window, this is about a switchboard operator, and it is a little romance. So I'm excited because that's why that little heart sticker's on here. My library puts these little heart stickers on their romances. And so this is a Christian historical fiction, but it's also a historical romance. So I'm looking forward to this one as well. So Love on the Line and Time and Again are my first 2 choices for September, and I'm really excited about it. Let me know if you've read either Time and Again or Love on the Line in the comments, and we can talk there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.